Okay.
Everything's giving me fits in here today.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. You're going to have to read everything. I might just go home.
I'm going to have to read everything?
Yeah. I can't get it. I can't get signed on to anything again.
Yikes. Okay. In that case, I'll see what else I can do here.
No.
I'm not
just
sure.
going to leave everything in your hands. I forgot to tell you about my story yesterday.
Oh,
by the way, you know what? Doug Williams was on before us.
Right.
Sitting in for Maggie and Perloff. I was listening to him talk about Major League Baseball and the stat heads and how older people don't get stats. Ugh.
I think it's the sabermetrics is more so what they meant.
Yeah, and you know the funny part of this is I get sabermetrics. I understand regressive analytics. I don't think the people that talk about statistics understand statistics.
That's the beautiful thing.
Do you get that?
I get it because here's the thing.
Because they're so arrogantly stupid. Now, I'm not talking about Doug, but I'm just talking about, in general, sabermetricians. Mm-hmm. The people that sit there and talk about sabermetrics and bat speed and spin rate and launch angle are morons.
I'd agree with that.
Why do you think they're morons?
Because it just adds unnecessary confusion and complication to a sport that already has a lot of confusion and complication.
To me, it's lazy people trying to sound smart. If I hit a laser shot off the bat and it's a screaming line drive into left field, what did I just describe to you?
A hit.
No, listen to me again. Here's the pitch. It's a laser shot, a screaming line drive, a frozen rope that goes into the first row for a home run. He hit that one on the screws. It didn't get up. It didn't get down. It just got out. 1-0. What did I just say?
The guy hit a home run.
And what kind of home run was it? A scorching line drive that wasn't a high looping.
It wasn't a moonshot.
It wasn't a moonshot. It was just he hit it right in the screws, and it was just a line drive. Okay? Here's the pitch. He hit it high. He hit it deep. It's going. It's going. It's high. It's gone. 3-run bomb. 18 rows into the left field bleachers. What was that? A big arching home run.
Mm-hmm.
Two ways to describe it. If I tell you, well, the launch angle on that was 95, what does that tell you? Nothing.
Nothing.
And I hear so many people do this, and it's just lazy. It's a home run. The launch angle. Who cares what the launch angle is? I don't have a slide rule with me while I'm going to the game. Bat speed, exit velocity, all of those things. I've explained it to folks before. It's just part of the analytical model, the algorithm that sabermetricians put together. They've never been intended to be used as single pieces of information for you to decipher. So I'm just going to say this as a public service announcement for everybody. If you're listening to someone talking about launch angle, bat speed, and exit velocity, stop listening to them. Because I'll explain this to you again. Sabermetrics, the way that they use this in Major League Baseball, everybody's got a different computer program. We know the one for the Houston Astros that they broke into was Launchpad. There's different there's different names for these algorithms, and they have private coders and computer people that sit there and rewrite the algorithm every day, dumping in so much information on a daily basis. And what these computers do is they have a predictive model of what Rich versus Dragon Ball would do. So they take everybody who has the same bat speed that I do, and they take that little granular piece of information and dump it into the algorithm. And they have people that have the same launch angle that I do. They take all those little pieces, dump it into the algorithm. They just take a little piece of DNA that's similar between me and someone else, dump it into the algorithm. The algorithm jumbles it all up, and they spit out what they think if they had an opportunity to have Rich versus Dragon Ball 1 million times. Now I can get some predictive analytics. It's the same thing that Amazon does. Do you use Amazon Prime?
No.
Okay, I do. Amazon Prime knows what I want before I know what I want. Before I know what I want. They have a algorithm that is a predictive algorithm that guesses. Now it doesn't even guess. It knows your consumer behavior and your attitudes and your economics and what you look for, and it will go out and build a model Rich Herrera, and it'll send me things that they know because of the algorithm that I'm going to want. Have you ever noticed sometimes on social media you're thumbing through Facebook, and all of a sudden, I guess I do need something like this. It's these computers have these algorithms that can predict our behavior. So whenever I hear people talk about, well, these old people don't know sabermetrics. No, you don't understand the first thing about sabermetrics, but it's revenge of the nerds. That can sound really, really smart if I could tell you what launch angles are and a bunch of other things that don't make sense to anybody else. And then if you use the word boomer, I'm going to smack you. How about that? Oh, I forgot to tell you about my day yesterday.
What's happened? What happened yesterday?
I had a unfortunate incident after the show last night, leaving down near University, and I don't know. I didn't know what to do. I almost called you. I was that desperate last night. I almost called you.
What ended up happening?
Weirdest story. I'm on the 3rd street. I'm on the 3rd deck of the Tyndall Street garage. You know where that is? Right behind Illegal Pete's.
Right. Yeah.
And,
okay. No. Yeah.
Right behind Illegal
I got it in
Pete's.
My head now,
And the store's right there on University. So I'm walking to my car, and all of a sudden I hear this. I'm like, what's that? And I look over, and I just see what looks like this. I thought it was a snake spinning. And I'm like, what is that? So I put my stuff in my car, and I kind of look over, and I go, oh, whatever. And I hear it again. And I'm like, what is that? Something spinning around. I'm like, what is that? And I see what I think is a snake spinning around. I'm like, what kind of snake spins around? Right? So what do I do? Do I just go, or do I go see what's going on? What would you do?
I'd probably sit in my car and wait until the stops.
Okay,
That'd be my personal opinion.
Well, I'm not that smart. I walked over.
Oh.
And what it was there was a bird stuck in the grill of an automobile.
It looked like a snake?
And what I saw was its wing, and it just kept spinning itself like a corkscrew into the broken part of the grill of an old beater.
Ooh.
And the poor bird, it must have been there for hours and hours and hours. And I can't tell whether it was just sitting there and it got caught, or somebody hit it, like when they're driving, and it got stuck, and they just parked their car, got out, and not knowing. So I'm like, wow. So I go to try. I'm like, okay, maybe I could just try to help the bird. But then I'm like, I don't want to touch the bird. It turned out to be like a big brown pigeon.
Like a dove kind of looking bird.
Yeah.
Like one of those little light brown doves.
Yeah, that's what it was. But it was big. So I'm like, what do I do? So I'm like, I went to go touch it. I'm like, no, wait a minute. It might have bird flu or something. I don't want to. I might get some kind of new virus. So I'm like, I don't want to touch it. So then I went to go see, and then it's going crazy because I'm standing there, and I could just see the thing is just exhausted because it's been there for hours trying to escape. So I had a little hand towel in my car, and I tried to put it over the top so I can unwedge it, and it would just go crazy. And I thought I was going to break its wing. So I said, what do I do? And it's like 5:30 after the show. No, closer to 6. So I call animal control. No answer. Please leave a message. I call the city. The guy is like, I have no idea what to do. I'm like, well, this poor animal is suffering. I don't know. Sorry. I call the police, non-emergency number. Nobody picks up. By the way, hey, Mayor, what do I do if I find a distressed animal? Because I went through all the telephone numbers last night at City Hall. None of them wanted to help me. I called animal control. Please leave a message. So I called the police non-emergency number. Please leave a message. So I'm out there for like 30 minutes trying to figure out what to do with this bird. It's one of God's creatures. I can't just leave it sitting there suffering. So there's an emergency box in the parking garage. So I hit the number on the emergency, and it was the University of Arizona Police Department. They go, "Sir, this is for emergencies, not to help birds." They're very nice. They gave me the number for not animal control, but like animal rescue.
Right.
And the girl who picked up the phone was very, very sweet, but they were just closing, and they didn't have anybody to come and help save the bird. So she said, if you want to put it in a box, bring it in tomorrow. I'm like, I don't know what to do now.
Because you still got to get it out of this thing's grill first.
Right, and then as I turn around, the woman who owned the car is sitting in her car. And I'm like, okay, you didn't even notice there's a bird dying in the front of your car. So I'm like waving at her. I don't want to walk up and knock on her window and scare her. So I'm waving at her. Excuse me. Hello. Hey, you. And finally she looks up at me like, hey, you got a bird in your car. And she's like, what? I said, you have a bird on your car. And she looks at me like, go away. I'm like, there's a bird in your car. So she gets out, looks, and she goes, oh. I'm like, yeah, what are we going to do? She goes, I don't know. That's not my bird. So I said, I don't know what to do. So I said, do you have a towel or a blanket or something? So she hands me a chancla, a slipper. So I try to poke with the slipper, and it just makes the bird more upset. So she goes, I don't know what to do. I said, well, what do you have in your car? So she opens up her car, and she had this big, she had a blanket. So I said, you know what? We got to do something to save this bird. And the bird animal control people already said, we're not going to help. So I put the blanket over the bird, and I yanked him out of the car because she was going to drive home with the bird.
Yeah, best not to do that.
Could you imagine that poor bird if she's driving down the freeway and all of a sudden he's like on the front holding on, and it's not a cartoon?
That's
so
bad.
I got the bird out. He was pretty beat up, but he walked and he hit underneath another car, and the animal control people just said, you did as much as you could. You're fine. But I want to know, City of Tucson, why wasn't anybody there to help this poor defenseless animal, one of God's creatures?
It's one of those things, man. Sometimes people are there, sometimes they aren't.
So should I have done what you would have done, which is just not pay attention in the first place?
No, definitely if it was a bird, definitely you want to go ahead and help the bird out. But me hearing what you're saying about like the snake thing, I've been like, nah, I don't want to get bit. That's the problem.
Hour and a half. Almost 2 hours I was with that bird yesterday. Does that make me dumb? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm just telling stories right now. What are you telling me?
I was just letting you know that we got confirmation. We actually have one of the campers from Lute Olson's fantasy basketball camp. They'd be willing to join us on the show
right now.
And talk, just in a little bit here. Yeah.
Okay. Who are we going to have?
That would be Steve Starkel.
Steve Starkel's going to join us. He's one of the campers, right?
Yes.
So he's getting to enjoy all of this.
Mm-hmm. And he's get to stay indoors away from all the rain
and the birds. Cotton
and the birds.
All right, so are you telling me enough of your stupid bird story, Herrera? Let's take a break and we'll come back and talk to him.
We'll come back and talk to Mr.
See,
Stark.
you could tell me that, but nothing works in here computer-wise.
Well, we'll go ahead and we'll sort those out here in just a second. We're going to get back to the flow of things.
I'm just here. This bird thing has got me weirded out.
You're a little bit frazzled right
now.
now.
I'm a little frazzled. We'll continue. It's 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, handed to Matherin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Creasa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for two. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. for Bernard. Goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins. Throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three. Blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it. It's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff. Into the backfield and drop. No gain. Loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry. Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins. Throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three. Blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it. It's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way. Out to Tabellas. Down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments for the University of Arizona Wildcats?
Fourth down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on fourth down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's caught! Touchdown, Arizona! Oh, did they need that? My goodness, Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the board. ASU with the ball, down by 11, so they have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his third foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like one driving down that was from midcourt. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Matherin with the ball for the Wildcats. Matherin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko. Feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline. Circles back out top to Matherin. 10 to shoot. 16 left in the ballgame. Matherin, 3 balls straight away. Good!
That's a
tied.
Huge shot for Ben Matherin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Matherin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down. Trying to find Berrio. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
What a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was.
This is David Ahmad, and here's what's trending on 1290 here at 3:42. Move over, Mannings. The Gronkowskis are now in the broadcast business as Arizona alumni Rob Gronkowski and his brothers and father will be hosting a UFC broadcast this Saturday on ESPN+. Arizona women's soccer rallied back late thanks to an own goal by the Iowa State Cyclones, and the Wildcats come away with a win in their season opener. And Angels star Mike Trout is set to make his return for Anaheim after the team officially activated him from the injured list today. And former Major Leaguer and current MLB Network analyst Mark DeRosa will take on the role of manager for Team USA as the team continues to prepare for the World Baseball Classic. That's what's trending locally and nationally on 1290. Still more to come on the Rich Herrera Show. This is Wildcats Radio, 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Rich Rare Radio Show rolls on. Thanks for joining us, everybody. I still can't get this stupid computer to work. I feel like an old man not being able to get anything to work technologically in here in the studios right now, Dragon Ball.
Some sabermetrics would probably help you right now.
Exactly. You know what? That's my problem for making fun of people, because this stupid computer won't work, so I have no idea what we're supposed to be doing right now. But I do know we're going to run out to our guest hotline. Joining us right now is one of the campers that's out at the Lute Olson Fantasy Basketball Camp that takes place this weekend. Steve Starkel is one of the campers, and I wanted to see what it's like to actually participate inside. It's on the court for the Lute Olson Fantasy Basketball Camp. Yesterday we talked to Bennett Davison. There's all kinds of coaches and former players out there, and Steve's been kind enough to join us. I don't know if he's winded, because I think he just got done playing a game right now at the Lute Olson Fantasy Basketball Camp, but we appreciate Steve coming on the air with us. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. It's Scott, actually.
Oh.
That's right, but I'm doing good. I am kind of winded, but
okay, see, again,
I'm getting my breath.
I don't know about
it's
you. It's the computer. Everything just crashed in here. I've got 5 screens in here, and they all just went dead at the same time. So I apologize
That's all right.
So much. Are you changing the name on there so it's correct, Dragon Ball? Scott Starkel is joining us here. Now, you have the one of the distinctions of being a participant in the first 5 Lute Olson Fantasy Basketball Camps, correct?
Yes, yep, that's correct.
What made you want to sign up and participate in these fantasy camps?
So the very first year, so I graduated from the U of A in '99. And I grew up in Phoenix, actually, but I became a big Arizona basketball fan, and probably with the mid '80s Sean Elliott, Steve Kerr team. And then when they announced that they were doing this fantasy camp, I kind of took some, maybe convincing and maybe begging with my wife, and
we all know what that's like, right?
Yes. I said, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I really want to do this. Hang out with Lute Olson, meet some of these players that I grew up watching. And after the very first night of the very first camp, I think I called her and said, I'm coming back next year. And I've been back every year. So, and the cool thing about it is my dad comes with me. So he's been here every year with me. Yeah, he actually played the first year. He was on a team. He didn't really do much, but they made him play. But now he just comes and hangs out. He does all the events that he takes pictures for us during the games, and he wouldn't miss it. He says it's like watching me at Disneyland for 4 days in a row when I'm like your little kids at Disneyland, because that's how I am around all these guys.
Okay, now I'm getting goosebumps right now. Scott Starkel joining us right now. He's one of the campers. He's been to all 5 of the Lute Olson Fantasy Basketball Camps. Our guest here on Wildcats Radio 1290. So tell me what it's like to be a camper, what it's like to experience this, what it's like to be able to sit and talk with some of these guys that you grew up watching, and now they're your coaches and your peers at this camp.
Some of them have become actually friends. Like Pete Williams lives out in L.A., so when our family goes on vacation to L.A., I text him, hey, we're in town if you want to meet for lunch. So we've done that a couple times.
Wow.
I've met up with Craig McMillan up in the San Francisco area. Hey, we're up in the Redwoods. We're coming past you if you want to meet up. And he was out fishing with Joe Turner on his boat.
What?
So he actually took my kids out on his fishing boat for probably 45 minutes out in the ocean while my wife and I just hung out in the marina waiting for him.
Scott, that's the coolest thing
stuff
ever.
Like that. Yeah, it's great. These guys, like I said, a lot of they're people like me look at them. Oh my God, these are my heroes. I grew up watching, but now they're just down to earth guys. They're all great guys. They're very there's no we're gonna sit over here, you guys sit over there. At breakfast, everybody sits together. So it's just a great camaraderie thing.
I love
it. And I think
go ahead, please.
The best thing is I think it was one of the first years. I think it was Joe Turner had said that he said, this doesn't happen anywhere else. This doesn't happen at Duke or Carolina. They might have Michael Jordan and camps like that, but they don't have that family atmosphere that Lute Olson built here. So these guys, they all come back, and it's, they're hanging out with their brothers and best friends that they might not have seen. Some guys played 10 years after, but they all know each other because there's that connection. They all played, for Arizona.
When we were talking with Bennett yesterday, it seemed like it was family, getting a chance for them to get back. And then when you get to be part of the family, that's something that doesn't happen anywhere.
Yep. And that's especially now with Tommy Lloyd, because they were last year they were thinking this might be the last camp, just, because Luke's gone. And it was just they were like, can we continue this? And Tommy Lloyd came in and said, no, let's do this. Let's get the university involved. Let's grow this thing. And he comes to the dinners. He schedules practices, and we get to go watch practice.
Really?
And he said that. He said, you guys are part of the Arizona family, meaning, us fans. He's like, it's all one big family. It's whether you played there or you're just a fan.
Well, and that's why the radio station, we're the flagship, of course, for Arizona men's basketball. That's why we've stepped up, because we want to keep this camp going as long as we can to celebrate everything that Lute Olson built out here in the desert. So with Tommy Lloyd embracing the camp, it just makes this thing even more viable, and that way we keep it going for years and years and years. Tell me, you said you grew up in the Phoenix area. What was your earliest memory of Arizona basketball?
Honestly, one of the very first games I remember watching was on my little black and white TV. We got some Arizona games is actually a station out of Prescott, so it was kind of fuzzy. But I remember watching a game, and I think they beat ASU by like 40 points. And I just remember watching that game going, wow, these guys are amazing. And then, that was probably 86, 87 maybe. And then after that, it was, Final Four, and I was hooked from then on. Like from probably 1988 on, I'm going to U of A when I get old enough.
Were you a basketball player in high school, or did you play any sports?
Nope. No, nothing outside of rec sports when I was a kid.
This is okay. So what's funny, Scott, is I've talked about this on this show. I've talked about this on my national shows. You are really the epitome of the example of why athletics is so important to a university, because Nick Saban will give this talk that sports athletics is the front porch to the university. If I don't get you to the front porch to get excited about the university, I never get you to walk in the front door. So you got excited about U of A way back as a kid and said, I'm going to go to school there, and you fell in love with it through Lute Olson and basketball, right? Yep.
And I was here for school for the 97 championship, and
wow,
just the heyday, really. That I couldn't have asked for 4 better years. I mean, we had a couple first round upsets, but just not just the championship year, but just going to all those games at McHale when it was Arizona UCLA or Arizona Stanford, and it was always top 10 matchups. Just stuff like that. College basketball, there's nothing like it. I mean, I get goosebumps just walking inside McHale. So sometimes with this camp, we get to go maybe tour the locker rooms or something like that, and it's like, oh my God, I'm in the McHale Center inside the players' locker room. This is a cathedral to me.
Do you get those goosebumps? Because I get them, and you've walked past the locker room. Not many people get to walk down there in the bowels of McHale, where they walk out, and it's that red paint, and you see all the neon and the logos and everything. I get goosebumps when I walk through there, and I do it on a routine basis. I got to imagine for you getting a chance to go down there, Tommy Lloyd embracing this camp, that's got to be something special.
Yeah. Oh, it's great. It's great, and I've gone to a couple games, and I take my kids as much as I can. I have 2 boys about 12 and 10. We come down to games as much as we can, and they like to hang out afterwards, see if they can get autographs or something like that. We're up in Vegas, and one of the Jack Murphy and the trainer Justin Kokoski come walking by. You guys want to meet some of the guys? And like next thing we know, we're on the team bus.
No,
they're walking up and down, getting high fives. So it's definitely not just through this camp and the former players. The whole vibe of the university is definitely that family.
Do your kids feel the same way about the U of A that you did when you got hooked watching on that black and white television? Are they up in Phoenix walking around the way you probably did with a red Arizona sweatshirt?
Yes, they do. My oldest more so than my youngest, but they both love watching the games. Like I said, they've met Pete Williams. He calls them his little homies. They, are you going to see Pete? Tell Pete we said hi. So he, just that kind of thing. But yeah, anytime I can walk into McHale with them, and it's great. A lot of times we'll go with my dad, and it's that 3 generations of Wildcats. And
that is amazing. Listen, this is. Now I'm even more excited that we stepped up to help make sure this camp keeps going on and on and on. Scott Starkel is joining us right now, one of the campers at the Lute Olson Fantasy Camp. He went the very first time, said, I'm going to come back. He's been to all 5. I hope we see you at 6. Now, by the way, 5 years later, and I know what this is like because I'm right now trying to decide, am I going to order NFL Plus or am I going to tell my wife before I order NFL Plus? Because once you're married, you do have to check in with the boss. Yeah. What does she say now when you go, hey, listen, I'm coming back for year 6?
Honestly, it's not even a conversation. It's not. I don't have to convince her. I don't have to ask her. It's just assumed that I'm. We literally plan our. We went to LA a few weeks ago, and I said we can't go from like late July to late August because just in case camp is one of those weekends. Hey, it's literally that big of a deal in my world now.
How fun is it just to be a Wildcat fan right now, especially when you live up in that town up north and you can walk around with your red and blue, and Tommy Lloyd has reestablished this as the premier West Coast basketball program? Yeah.
Oh, it's great. I mean, I always wearing my U of A stuff as much as I can, but, there's some times where it's kind of like, oh, crap, it's a little more embarrassing sometimes here and there, but for the most part, and especially now, in fact, when in the Sweet 16 game, my son and I rode our bikes to a sports bar and watched the second round game against TCU, and it was a school night. He didn't care that it was 10 o'clock when we got home. My wife didn't hassle me for that, so it's just that's how it is in our house. It's just understood that he wants to go, and I want to be there with him, and we're going to go.
I mean, I'm thinking about that generational thing, the 3 generations, all 3 of you getting a chance to experience this from your dad to yourself, and now you pass this along to your kids. My father would always talk about, son, I want to create memories. Mijo, I want to have memories that you'll take with you forever. I got to imagine through this basketball camp, you have memories that you're going to carry, and your kids are going to carry, and your dad's going to carry for the rest of your lives.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I said, coming here with my dad, like it's great. Like he does not want to play, but he has just as much fun as the rest of us, just kind of hanging out, meeting the guys, and yeah, it's a cool thing. I mean, hopefully this thing's going on 30 years from now, and the boys are younger, and hopefully I'm still kicking, and we can all come down to this together. We'll see, but it is definitely that shared passion in our house. I don't call it. I'm not brainwashing them. I'm sharing my passion, is what I say.
Now, do you have to bring them back T-shirts when you go home?
No, they've got enough U of A stuff.
No, that's not true. They can never have enough U of A stuff. That's what I tell my wife all the time. So, hey, Scott, I really appreciate you coming on. Can we keep in touch with you? I want to hear more of these stories.
Sure, yeah, that'd be great.
All right. Hey, I appreciate you coming on with us. Next time you come down to McHale, come by and say hi to Kelvin and I before the game. I'd love to get a chance to meet you in person.
All right, I will do that. I appreciate it, Rich.
All right, thank you so much. Scott Starkel joining us. All right, take care. Scott Starkel joining us right now on Wildcats Radio 1290. Dragon Ball. Despite me not calling him by the right name to begin the interview, that was pretty cool.
I know, and
No, don't worry. I'm not yelling at you. I told you, people said I got to be nicer to you.
I know, but when mistakes happen, things need to be owned up to at the very least.
Down the thunder. Well, now you got it.
At least I gotta own up to the mistake, and I'll make sure to send Mr. Starkel an apology note.
You're all worthless and weak.
What can I say? I enjoyed that conversation.
Oh yeah, no, that was fun.
All right, because we treated him like a VIP caller. We dropped everything, which is okay because I still can't get these computers to restart. I don't know the passwords for any of this.
I'll go ahead and I'll see if I can jump in there.
I feel like a boomer. We'll continue with you. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, handed to Mathurin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Creasa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for two. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Mathurin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff. It is good. Backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Mathurin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellas, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments from the University of Arizona Wildcats?
Fourth down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on fourth down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, Arizona. Oh, did they need that? My goodness. Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the board. ASU with the ball, down by 11, so they have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his third foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like what, driving down that was from midcourt. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Mathurin with the ball for the Wildcats. Mathurin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko, feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline, circles back out top to Mathurin. 10 to shoot, 16 left in the ballgame. Mathurin, 3 balls straight away, good!
That's
We're tied.
A huge shot for Ben Mathurin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Mathurin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down, trying to find Berrios. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
what a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was. He threw the ball. He underthrew the ball, and Berryhill was looking back at it and made a great play on the ball. An amazing play by Jordan McLeod.
Brown will take the snap a yard deep in the end zone, straight back to throw, has some time, steps up in the pocket, the Wildcats have got him for a safety.
I can't get anything to work. I feel like an old man with technology that just doesn't want to work for me.
Is it just password issues or what?
I have no idea.
Oh, boy.
I have no idea, but nothing works in here.
Oh, boy.
I can't get the password to work. I can't get my email to open. I can't get any of the computers to work. I feel like a boomer. I hate that word. By the way, if you use the word boomer, you're a jerk. Oh, boomer, shut up. You know what? Pay your own cell phone bill, and then you can talk trash to me.
This is true.
Right?
This is true.
Because isn't it like Gen Z and millennials that, iGen that use the word boomer?
The iGen.
Yeah, back off, boomer. Okay, listen, you little punk. Pay your own cell phone bill and stop spending money on avocado toast. Please tell me you don't eat avocado toast.
I don't eat avocado toast.
Is that because you don't like it or because you're cheap?
I'm just not a big fan of avocado.
Okay, I'll take that.
That's just me.
You know how much avocado toast is?
It's pretty expensive.
Yeah. Why is avocado so expensive?
Because it's basically a delicacy for the most part. I mean,
it's in every burrito I eat.
Right.
Is it because it's whole pieces of avocado?
That I'm not sure.
Or just because they know that stupid, what do you call them, iGens and millennials?
The demand is high.
And they'll pay $20 for an order of avocado toast?
Right. I think they very well could. They very well could.
I've never eaten avocado toast. I don't know if I would or not.
I've only had it like one time, and it's not really anything to go ahead and write home about.
Okay, what are we doing here? Coming up in just a minute, who are we going to have coming on with us?
It'll go ahead and be AJ Bramlett.
Again, I'm flying blind. I have no idea what we're doing.
We'll have AJ Bramlett. We'll be
I
able to talk to
lost
him.
everything. All my notes don't work. Nothing works for the program
Wait,
today.
the notes don't work?
Well, I just don't know where anything is.
Okay.
I feel hopeless today. I feel like a hopeless old man right now because I have no idea where anything is because I've got in the studio, I've got 1, 2, 3 screens that kind of tell me where we're going next and what we're doing. And you know, when I have to read something for you or I have to tell you something, I have to remind you about something, and they all just died at the same time. And nobody's coming in here to help me.
Well, we got the update and everything just hits you all at once, and that ends up shutting everything down. But
stupid computers. And you know why? Okay, you know why I'm lost? Because this is all Windows. I'm a Mac guy. If it's Mac, I'd have all this fixed like that.
Oh, right.
So this is not my fault.
Well, you had to do an update on iPhones and anything like that anyway, because apparently there was a security issue or something like that was just announced recently.
Was I supposed to do that?
There's supposed to be an update for Apple products recently, so might be something.
I should look.
But no, I mean, if I can. Like I said, I can try to go in there and try to get everything set up for you, but when it comes to the passwords and everything like that, I have no idea. I don't know what your passwords are.
I don't know what my passwords are. That's why I said I feel like, oh, by the way, I did not do the update on my phone.
Okay.
Oh, okay, great. Good job, Rich. Today's program is brought to you by PGA Tour Superstore, located in Oracle and Limberlost. Are you enjoying just watching me flounder right now and just...
Not really.
Okay, I just want to make sure if you're enjoying this or not.
I got to try to figure out what's going on myself.
I feel like on the golf course, right? Where sometimes I'm out there and I have no idea what I'm doing. It's funny, I was talking with Brett Boone today about golf, and I dropped a couple things from our PGA Superstore Tucson Golf Show about golf, and he's like, dude, I'm going to start listening to that. And I said, you should come on and be a guest. So I think Brett Boone might be a guest on our golf show next week.
That'll be fun.
The show coming up tomorrow, Susie Mason, one of the top 100 instructors in the world, Or Susie Myers, sorry. Susie Myers. Again, I would have that, but it's not written down on my screen because the screens don't work. Anyway, she's coming on the show tomorrow, and I was telling Brett about her, and he's like, dude, I'm going to listen. So you can listen tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., to the Tucson Golf Show. It's brought to you by PGA Tour Superstore as they help promote golf throughout southern Arizona. If you're looking for the best selection of golf equipment, shoes, hats, golf gloves, golf balls, golf bags, it's all at PGA Tour Superstore. And right now, while the weather's a little iffy, hot, humid, and rainy, and you want to go hit some golf balls, be my guest. You can go to PGA Tour Superstore. They have 2 bays that are open for you to hit golf balls during the day. And while you're there, you can try out some of the newest and latest and greatest technology and clubs. And here's a little secret I'll tell you about. PGA Tour Superstore also has previously used equipment. So if you get some guy who goes out there, I'm going to go get this brand new driver, and it just doesn't work for him, and he probably played 1 round with it, and he brings it back, you could get that brand new technology at a really great price. So that's something that not a lot of people know about at PGA Tour Superstore. But again, they're there to help you enjoy the game of golf and to promote golf throughout southern Arizona. We have that special for you, $20 off a purchase of $100. $50 off a purchase of $250 or more. Restrictions do apply. Pink, Titleist, FootJoy, not included. All you got to do is mention Wildcats Radio 1290 and get your discount. All right, what am I doing here, Dragon Ball? Am I on time? Because I can't even see the clock now.
Oh no, we're still on time. We're doing good.
All right, so what are we doing here?
What we're doing here, we can go ahead and we can do the football headlines.
All right, let's do Dragon Ball's football headlines.
Football is a game played by men. Big, physical men. Men with ill intentions who wish to wreak havoc upon their opponents. It's a game based on land acquisition at the expense of your opponent, even if you must sacrifice your own body and health for the good of your team. It can be brutal at times and bloody. It can be painful and punishing. It's played in coliseums in front of rabid, cheering, adoring fans with bloodlust in their eyes. The passion for football cannot be matched by anything else. So to help quench your thirst for all the latest news from the world of football, Wildcats Radio 1290 proudly presents
Dragon Ball's football headlines. Hey, what's a Dragon Ball? Is that a cartoon or something?
No, that's the producer who's going to be reading the headlines. Can you just say the name?
Okay, here's Dragon Ball.
All right, Dragon Ball's football headlines. What do you got for me, buddy?
We got our first one, and everyone's been kind of up in arms over the Deshaun Watson ruling and things like that.
I did 4 hours about that last night. People screaming from Cleveland that they got ripped off, that he didn't get treated fairly, that everybody else in America is saying, dude, he only got 11 games, kick him out for a year.
Here's another one that I think people are going to be like, really? He's coming back
What's
as
that?
quickly as he is? This coming out of Fox Sports, Urban Meyer has rejoined as a college football analyst for Fox Sports.
Really?
Yeah, apparently he will be back on the Big Noon Kickoff Cast. The network announced today, and if you remember,
And just another reason to hate the Big Ten.
yeah, and just for those who are unawares of why I say it's like it's a little shocking he comes back so soon. Let's not forget he got fired from the Jacksonville Jaguars after multiple controversies, including apparently kicking his former kicker Josh Lambo during practice.
Would it be okay if I kicked you?
No,
You would get mad if I kicked you.
I would get mad if you kicked me.
All right, what if you're just standing there? I mean, I don't think he kicked him hard, did he?
As far as I know, I don't know what the amount of pressure.
Have you ever
that the
been
kick
kicked?
I've never been kicked. I've never been punched. So
I've been kicked. I remember once, high school football practice, I was messing around. The coach told me to knock it off, and I kept messing around. I kept messing around. And I was in my 4-point stance, and he walked by, and he kicked me so hard, he lifted my butt up off the ground. And he said, Herrera, I told you to knock it off. And he just kicked me as hard as he could in the rear end. And you know what? I deserved it. Maybe we should walk around kicking people.
I don't know if Josh Lambo deserved getting kicked.
Maybe as a blue check mark individual, because I'm superior to everybody else because I have a blue check mark on Twitter, which makes me an elitist. I should be able to walk by and kick people that I want.
I don't know about that.
What if I see you and you're kind of schlepping off and you're not working hard? Should I be able to walk by and kick you in the tail and go, come on, Dragon Ball, get to work?
I don't know about that. I would be like, really? A literal kick rather than a figurative? I'd rather the figurative kick in the butt rather than a literal kick in the butt.
Anyway, Urban, well, it was more than the kick in the butt. It was all kinds of stuff
Well,
that
there was
led
other
to
stuff.
his demise with the Jacksonville Jaguars, including doing lousy jobs. So
Yeah.
it's interesting to see if he has any
Fire left in him.
No, he's got fire left in him. All coaches do. Does he have any credibility left in him? You remember when Matt Millen was one of the best broadcasters that they had at Fox?
He's also a great linebacker.
Great linebacker. And then he went to go run the Detroit Lions, and they just turned out to be the Lions. When he came back to the booth, it was hard to listen to him and have any authority because we knew what a lousy job he did with the Lions. Now, do we go back and Urban, again, he's doing college football where he's had more success than he did in the NFL. But am I going to listen to anything he has to say after watching the unmitigated failure he was with the Jaguars?
That I'm not sure, but let's not forget he also said that the NFL was the worst experience I've had in my professional lifetime. And seeing
really, because you weren't a season ticket holder for the Jaguars, because that probably would have been even worse. Having to watch you have the worst experience ever. So who's on? So I'm kind of thinking of who. And again, remember, I'm a Fox alum.
Right.
Who do they have on that big? What do they call it? Big noon kickoff.
The big noon kickoff.
It's him. It's Mark Sanchez. Is Mark Sanchez on that as well?
I don't know if it was Sanchez or if it's Matt Leinart.
Matt Leinert's on it. Reggie Bush is on it. Whatever.
Brady Quinn.
Brady Quinn's on it. Which do you watch? Game day or big noon kickoff?
I'm usually asleep. So I only watch at the kickoff.
Why do I ask you these?
Because these are easy answers.
Why do I let you take me down these rabbit holes? Dive. Anyway, Urban Meyer's back.
Meyer's back.
And I work at CBS, so I don't really have a side to pick here between Fox and ESPN. I do watch Game Day.
Yeah.
All right, what else do you got?
So the other thing I've got is this is actually not so much. We're going to go away from the NFL. We're going to go to college here. A good friend of yours and to listeners of this program in relation to Pac-12 fans, Big Ten Commissioner Kevin Warren was making some headlines today saying that he could see the Big Ten expanding to as much as 20 teams and even paying their athletes.
You sons of a motherless goat! You scum-sucking pig! Well, you slime-eating dog!
Okay, this guy is a real zero, that's true.
That miserable little bag of puke.
Show me the money.
No, show you the money.
That's not so you! Show me the money!
Show me the money.
Yeah.
This is so... I just want to see... You know what? I dislike him so much, I'm going to root for the Southeastern Conference.
At this point, I also try to root for like the ACC and like every other conference but the Big Ten.
I lived down in SEC territory, and I thought they were obnoxious.
Right.
I would walk around, and I had on, and don't get mad at me, Arizona Wildcat fans, but I had gear from all the Pac-12 schools, and I would wear it on purpose just to annoy the SEC fans.
Right.
So I had a Utah shirt, and I had a Cal hat, and I had a USC shirt, and I'd wear all the Pac-12 stuff out there, and I'd go to the sports bar and like, dude, listen, if you were that good, they'd call you the conference champions. Now shut up. But they're obnoxious down there. But I tell you what, this guy, he doesn't give a rat's you-know-what about college athletics. For him, he is trying to create a monopoly on college sports. I hope, in fact, I was going to do this last night on the network. I might do it next time. Tell me really, after everything the Big Ten's done, which is a better conference, the Southeastern Conference or the Big Ten?
I'd still say based on competition, I would still say the SEC.
I'm so rooting against him. Like you went and you conspired to stab everybody in the back that you had an alliance with, and now you've got all this money and you're still doing this? Like I said.
Well, you slime-eating dog, you scum-sucking pig, you sons of a motherless goat.
That miserable little bag of puke.
Okay, this guy is a real zero. That's true.
The folks have spoken.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what else do you got?
So this is just kind of seeing a new trend here in college football because we did have a number of big-name programs name their starting quarterbacks going into the first week of the season. And it kind of also includes the U of A here because, again, all things being honest, Jaden DeLora has not been officially listed as the QB1 for week 1 against San Diego State, as far as I know, unless you've heard something different over at practice.
Nope, but he's running with the ones.
Yeah, he's running
and
with
we're
the
expecting him to be the one.
So out in Texas, they have named their new starting quarterback, which was Ohio State transfer Quinn Ewers, got the job. And then in Nebraska, they named former Texas quarterback transfer Casey Thompson to be their starting quarterback against Northwestern. So we're seeing a multitude of transfer quarterbacks jumping from one school, going to another, and now they're the big dog on campus underneath center for week 1. I mean, it goes to show this transfer window thing, this transfer portal, it's paying dividends off at least for quarterbacks to get starting jobs.
And there's things I like about it. There's things I don't like about it. I don't like that that it teaches kids that if you don't get your way right away, you just jump ship. But I also like the fact that kids that get stuck in a situation, go play for a coach and he quits. You go play and they recruit somebody who beats you out. You only get 4 years of eligibility. You don't sit there and waste 3 of them in an opportunity that wasn't of your making. So there's got to be a fine line between the two of them. All right, what else do you got?
That'll do it for today.
Come on, give me one more.
I got one more?
Yeah.
Okay. I can get you one more, and that Jacoby Brissett says that he's ready to prove every day this coming out of Cleveland that he was the right quarterback to replace Deshaun Watson in Cleveland.
What if they get a quarterback controversy? What if he plays so well?
It'd be interesting.
The Browns owners and coaches deserve it.
They do. And to be fair, Jacoby Brissett has been in a lot of situations where he's had to share the center position with I think it was back in Indianapolis. He was even going back and forth where he would take certain drives over Phillip Rivers as a change of pace quarterback, which has always worked, and don't let anybody tell you differently. It's always that's never a problem.
Okay, who do we have coming up next to the program?
Up next, we got AJ Bramlett.
All right, AJ Bramlett's going to join us next. We'll talk to him. He's over at the Lute Olson Fantasy Basketball Camp. We're proud to be a sponsor of the Lute Olson Fantasy Basketball Camp. They just got done with their second round of games. We'll talk to AJ about that coming up next here on 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, handed to Mathurin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Creasa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for 2. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Mathurin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the 3, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
4th down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff into the backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry. Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Mathurin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellis, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments from the University of Arizona Wildcats?
4th down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on 4th down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, Arizona. Oh, did they need that? My goodness. Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the field. ASU with the ball, down by 11, so they have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his 3rd foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like what, driving down that was from mid-court. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Mathurin with the ball for the Wildcats. Mathurin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko, feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline, circles back out top to Mathurin. 10 to shoot, 16 left in the ballgame. Mathurin, 3 balls straight away, good!
That's
We're tied.
Huge shot for Ben Mathurin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Mathurin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down, trying to find Berryhill. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
What a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was. He threw the ball. He underthrew the ball, and Berryhill was looking back at it and made a great play on the ball. An amazing play by Jordan McLeod.
Brown will take the snap a yard deep in the end zone. Straight back to throw. Has some time. Steps out of the pocket. The Wildcats have got him for a safety. Second safety Arizona has recorded this season. It's a 24-12 ball game, and the Cats will get the ball.
That's big
Fully
time.
on the field is a safety.
Yes, that's big time by Arizona. That time defense did a great job of just closing the pocket from the inside, and then the pressure on the outside by Hebert, they just got him. They just got there. They won their blocks that time. Excellent job by Arizona defense and really changing the momentum of this game.
Wildcats Radio 1290.com.
We did it. We bleeping did it.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Show rolls on here on Wildcats Radio 1290. Lots of folks in town for the Lute Olson Fantasy Basketball Camp. We're proud to sponsor and keep Coach Olson's legacy alive. And Tommy Lloyd is committed to keep this camp going. This is the 5th year. And we've been checking in with some of the campers. Scott Starkel had just joined us, and he told us about this camp and how special it is to him. Yesterday, we got a chance to talk to Bennett Davison. He joined us to talk about the camp. We're going to go back out to our guest hotline. Joining us right now, he's a friend of the station. He comes on with us during the basketball season. He's one of Kelvin Efon's favorites. AJ Bramlett joining us here on Wildcats Radio 1290. AJ, how are you?
What's happening, man? How you guys doing?
We are doing great. Talk about being at camp right now and what's going on.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's just really fun. Every year that I get to come out and be a part of, Lou Olson Fantasy Camp, it's just a blast, man, because we get to see, obviously get to see our own teammates. But my favorite part of the whole camp is coaching the guys, man. We went 1-1 today, won the first one, lost the second one, but bring these guys together, having a great weekend of basketball and, building friendships and relationships, man, it's a special thing. So I'm happy that it's continued to grow. I think this is our biggest year that we've had so far this year with the number of attendees. Like you said, and you mentioned, Coach Lloyd came last night and spoke to everybody, and, he's really behind this to keep it going and keep, Coach Olson's legacy, surviving through these years. So, it's just a good feeling, man. It's like home. Every time I come to Tucson and to be a part of an event like this is something special.
How much does that mean to you that Tommy is embracing the camp and saying, listen, this is important. We need to keep this going?
A lot. I mean, that's the one thing that Tommy's done a great job of is really engaging, the alumni, and then really, he has a profound respect for Coach Olson and the legacy, that was built here before he got here. And, Tommy's doing a heck of a job. I think we're lucky, to have the coach that we have here that's going to be here for many years with a high level of success. And, it's just great to see him back and supporting it and, helping out and just, being a part of Arizona basketball family, which just continues to grow.
AJ Bramlett joining us here on Wildcats Radio 1290. Talk to us about the first time that you met Coach Olson, when he came to recruit, or maybe you came out to see him. What was it like the first time you saw him and you met him?
So the first time I actually met him in person was when he came to my house for my recruiting visit. In our living room, my mom and dad, and just he sat down. He was like the president, man. To be honest, like it was like seeing such a guy with such respect, such a presence. And you just trusted Coach Olson, and it was just an amazing thing that I was offered to go play at U of A, to play for a Hall of Fame coach like Coach O, just all the life lessons that he taught us, the family that he's built, through the years with all the guys. It's not just, your era or whatever. It's really a true family of basketball over the years. So, he was just a special man, and he just, had such an impact on so many, in the community and the basketball community as well. So, I was just, thrilled to have him there. I was kind of nervous, I remember, but, once he gave me the offer, I jumped on that as quick as I could.
What did your family think of him?
It was the same thing. I mean, you want, when you're, a parent, and I have kids, and, if I'm sending my son away to play for somebody, you want to have, them to play for somebody that you truly believe cares about your son. And then also, that's going to keep him in the right track and, teach him how to be a man and grow and, as a person and as a player. And that's what Coach Olson was all about. I mean, anyone who came into this program and went through it for 4 years and left became a better human being, a much higher level basketball player, and, really has a skill set to be successful in whatever you were going to do in life, whether that's, be a parent or, work a job or be in the NBA. So there were just so many paths that he gave us, through his teaching and guidance that, we tried to make the most of them.
We're talking with AJ Bramlett right now, our guest on Wildcats Radio 1290. I asked this yesterday of Bennett. How did he hold you guys accountable? Because Kelvin will tell us all the time. He'll tell stories and he go, "You're not ready for prime time." He never cursed. He never swore, but he had a way of getting his point across. How did he get his point across to you?
Well, I mean, that's the thing is, like, Coach Olson treated us with a high level of respect. Like, we didn't have curfews. We didn't have any of these things. He let you, be a man, and, he expected you to be on time, expected you to know, the scouting plan. He expected you to take care of your studies in the classroom. He expected all these things of you. And if you did those things, then, he left you alone and pretty much let you grow on your own. But Coach Olson he was just special. He held us accountable because you never wanted to be the one that messed up, man. You know, if you want to mess up in the shoot around or mess up on a switch during the game, mess up in the classroom, whatever it was, like, you just didn't want to be the one to disappoint Coach Olson or your teammates. That's the way that he made it, you know, through the basketball, through my basketball journey at Arizona.
Kelvin talks about how what it was like to travel with Coach Olson because he knew everybody in every town. He knew every restaurant. He had all the great hotels staked out. He knew where he was going to go to dinner. What was it like to travel with Coach Olson?
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, he was a man of fine taste, so he knew where all the good, best spots to eat. You know, we got to eat at so many, you know, really exceptional places during my time in Arizona, especially, you know, I remember the Seattle trips and things like that stick out in my mind. But, you know, Coach O was just a man of class. So, you know, he was just, you felt like you were lucky to be in his presence and lucky for having him pour into your life. And, you know, that's how we all feel about him. And so it was just, it's just something that you'll never forget, man, those type of experiences.
But it didn't stop when you stopped playing, did it? Did this fraternity that you guys have seems like it gets stronger the longer that you've been away from the court?
No, and that's the thing is, like, especially even with your, you know, our relationships with Coach Olson is like, you know, when you're a player, it's a player-coach strictly. But as soon as you leave, and as soon as we were out of school, like, it turned into a friend, you know. But Coach O and I built a relationship over the years, you know, met my kids, you know, checked in, you know, I checked in on him, he checked in on me throughout the years, and it just turned into like a friendship, you know, a real mentor and friend relationship. And that's what's, you know, even more valuable, because when you're there playing, you know, you don't want to mess up. He's your coach, but to see a different side of him once you leave, and, you know, the way that he cares about our families and everything like that was just something really special.
So how is it that this fraternity is so tight across generations? Because you'll go from guys that you played with and guys that Kelvin played with and Muehlbach played with and Luke Walton played with and Bibby played with. You guys all didn't play together at the same time, but it seems like you're all on one huge team, and it's Team Coach Olson.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, that's what he did. I mean, it was, you know, Coach Olson didn't recruit by your ranking or, you know, how if you were number 1, 2 player in the nation, whatever. He recruited by fit, and he recruited by personality, and if guys were good people. And so that's why, you know, we're all still friends, because we're all kind of cut from the same mold. We're all family guys. You know what I mean? And so, you know, it's easy. Everyone welcomed everyone in. You know what I mean? When I came in on my recruiting trip, you know, Damon and JB welcomed me. You know, when I was a senior, JT and I did that for all the recruits that came in. And so when you really become, you know, part of the family, it's a real thing. Like, it goes on forever. If you have a Wildcat brother and you're anywhere in the world, and this happened when I was playing overseas, I'd run into guys, never played with them or whatever, but we'd still meet and have dinner, you know, and hang out. So it's just Arizona basketball. It's just the way it is.
See, that's so interesting. I knew he got guys that were competitive, because Reggie, Gary, and Kelvin and guys will tell me that sometimes practice was tough for the Pac-12 games because of the competition. He had so many guys out there that were fighting for playing time. But it's interesting that you talk about he recruited people of character, which kind of reflected him, because I don't know if Coach Olson – I don't know how he would act if he had just said, let me go get every McDonald's All-American I have, whether they're going to be respectful to their teammates or not.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, he was a man that he knew as a coach that he could develop you too. You know what I mean? Some coaches just want to get the most talent and throw it out there, but Coach Olson could see, you know, you as a player 3-4 years down the line and what you could become. And then he gave you the blueprint to become that, you know, and that's what happened with me, you know, during my career there, and it happened with so many guys, you know, over the years. So he's a Hall of Famer. That's as much as you can say.
A.J. Bramlett joining us here on Wildcats Radio 1290. We were just talking with Scott, one of the campers, and he was talking about that, you know, it's a little family that you have there for the folks that come to the camp year after year after year. Can you talk about that and what it's like to be able to be there, to honor Coach Olson, get a chance to meet some of these great Wildcat fans, and then being able to coach them and just talk basketball and live basketball with guys that, you know, maybe didn't play Division I basketball, Division II, and maybe never played basketball at all, but boy, do they love the Arizona Wildcats.
Oh yeah, for sure. And these guys are competitive, though, man. That's the thing. Like, they want to win. Everyone's playing hard. Everyone's playing, respectful basketball. But it's just fun to be in this atmosphere where, our one common, binding thing is Coach Olson. But the guys that are here at this camp are amazing, man, and the girls as well. And it's just fun to have a basketball family, have those conversations, tell old stories. Talk current basketball. It's just, it's one of the best times of your life. You're just having a good time out here doing the thing that you love with the game that's giving you so much, and with a great group of people that come back every year and support it and continues to grow. So hopefully we'll keep expanding it as the years go on.
All right, last question: when the campers get a chance to meet you, what's the one thing that they want to ask you?
Usually about my championship ring. Like, what does it look like? Or and I actually don't have mine. I don't wear mine. I gave mine to my dad, and he wears it.
Oh, wow.
So
that's pretty cool.
But usually something about the ring. But yep.
That's pretty cool. Well, AJ, I appreciate you coming back. I think it's awesome when you guys get a chance to get together and reminisce, and this fraternity gets stronger and stronger. We're proud to be the new media sponsor for the fantasy camp, and we're going to do everything we can to keep it going. So enjoy your time here in Tucson. Enjoy the camp, and we can't wait to get you back on the radio again real soon.
I'm looking forward to it, man. I appreciate the time today, and everybody bear down, as always.
All right, thanks so much. AJ Bramlett joining us here on Wildcats Radio 1290. That was pretty cool, Dragon Ball.
Yes, it was.
Do you feel like you're kind of getting inside the huddle, the locker room, listening to AJ? And yesterday we got a chance to talk to Bennett, and we got a chance to talk to Scott, one of the campers today. It's kind of cool.
It's so nice to hear how everybody is very just willing to connect with everybody. We say that in regards to, AJ and, Bennett, and these two, teammate, they had their teammates part of the fraternity.
They're Arizona Letterman.
They played for the team, so they have that connection. But with guys like, Scott, he ended up just going in as a fan, saying that first time I ever saw a U of A basketball game is like, this is where I want to go to school.
Right.
And now he's going to be able to meet those people that he watched growing up and just having that connection. That's what you want sports to be like. That's what you want your experience to be when you meet your athletic heroes.
It's funny. The St. Louis Cardinals have one of the best fantasy camps. And they bring back all the former Cardinals across generations. But one of my buddies is the judge for their kangaroo court. Do you know what kangaroo court is?
I know the terminology. I don't think I know what this is.
So some teams have kangaroo court. So let's say we have a kangaroo court. I can file a grievance against you for whatever I want to make up.
Right.
You didn't wear your shower shoes. You've got an ugly girlfriend.
What?
Your car's too expensive. You have a $500 bat and you can't hit. You showed up to fantasy camp with the worst bat there. You've got the best equipment. You've got the worst, just whatever it is. So you file a grievance. You file a case against them, and there's a box in the middle, and you can write, okay, Rich is going to file a case against Dragon Ball because you've got the worst haircut in camp. So then you put it in, and then the judge will collect all the cases, and he sits up there, and then I would have to walk up and go, yeah, Judge, I have a case against Dragon Ball for the worst haircut here. Look at that mullet that he has. It's just embarrassing that I have to be on the field with him, and that's awful. So then you have to come up and defend yourself, and then he'll judge on whether you're going to get fined or not.
The fine usually is based on my understanding of like other kangaroo courts. It's like usually like a case of beer or something like that.
No, they throw money in.
Oh, they throw
into
money.
the kitty.
Okay.
They throw money in the kitty. So if I win my case, you get fined $10. If I file a case and I lose, I have to pay a fine of probably $50.
Oh, wow.
So you better make sure that if you're going to file a court case, you're going to win. And then, so my buddy Dave LaPointe is the judge, and he sits up there and just makes a mockery of the whole thing, and it's one of the best parts of their camps. But, when I talk to him about these camps, he describes it just the way Scott did, is once you get to be there and you're in the locker room with the players or here at the Lute Olson Fantasy Camp, and you're on the court, in the locker room, in the hotel with Lute Olson's players, you become part of that team. And Pointer says there's people that show up for fantasy camp not for anything else other than the Kangaroo Court and hanging around drinking beer after the games. They can be 80 years old. They don't care if they get to get in there and hit. They just want to spend time with the guys. And it's funny because when you hear players, former players talk, retired players talk, they don't miss the crowds. They don't miss the stadium. They don't miss the locker room. They don't miss the travel. A lot of times they say, I don't miss the money. What I miss is the camaraderie with my teammates. That's what they miss the most. And when you go to these fantasy camps, for the guys like AJ and Bennett, they get to relive just for a week that feeling of being inside the locker room and being part of that brotherhood on a daily basis. And for the campers that get to go, they get a chance to experience that for the very first time, and it's a fantasy come true for a lot of them.
Absolutely.
If we had Dragon Ball Fantasy Camp, what would you have everybody do? That's a scary question.
I would first teach them how to go ahead and cut sound. That'd be the first thing they get to learn.
Could you imagine if we had a Rich Herrera Fantasy Camp, what that would be like?
It'd be going to get a burrito before football practice.
We'd all be in jail. We'll continue. It's 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, handed to Matherin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Creasa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for two. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step to handoff. It is good. Backfield and drop. No gain. Loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellas, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments for the University of Arizona Wildcats?
Fourth down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on fourth down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, Arizona. Oh, did they need that? My goodness. Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the field. ASU with the ball, down by 11, so they have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal, and flush.
Lawrence picks up his third foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like what, driving down that was from midcourt. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Mathurin with the ball for the Wildcats. Mathurin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko. Feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline. Circles back out top to Mathurin. 10 to shoot. 16 left in the ballgame. Mathurin, 3 balls straight away. Good!
That's
We're tied.
Huge shot for Ben Mathurin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Mathurin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down, trying to find Berryhill. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
This is David Romano, and here's what's trending on 1290 here at 4:49. 2 of the Arizona Wildcats football freshman players have landed on a prestigious list as wideout Tetaro McMillan and offensive lineman Jonas Savainia were put on the 24/7's preseason freshman All-American team. The Arizona Cardinals are set to induct their late owner Bill Bidwell into their Ring of Honor, the team announced, with the ceremony set for the Cardinals' season opener against Kansas City. Yankee slugger Giancarlo Stanton is looking to begin his rehab assignment as he plans to work out before tonight's game and hopes to be cleared for the rehab assignment. And Big Ten Commissioner Kevin Warren says he could see the conference expand to as much as 20 teams with a possible future of paying their athletes in the future. And that's what's trending locally and nationally on 1290. Still more to come on the Rich Herrera Show. This is Wildcats Radio, 1290.
Rich Herrera on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Okay, we're getting through this show with absolutely no help from technology today. Right?
So far, it looks that way. It's still not helping you out there?
No, I can't get anything to work.
Oh, boy.
But we've had a heck of a show.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed our talk with AJ Bramlett.
Oh, yeah, no, that was fun.
Scott was great coming on the program, even though we called him by the wrong name to begin the show.
Yes.
I'm not picking on you.
Oh, no.
Stop looking beat up like that bird that I was trying to help yesterday.
No. By the way, was the bird alive?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was alive while I was trying to pull it out of the grill.
Oof.
But I think it had a broken leg or something, and it climbed underneath the car, and I asked, what am I supposed to do? And the animal control people said, just let it go, and it'll fly away. So I did my good deed.
There you go. All you can do is do a little bit of good every day.
That's
if you can
what
do
I'm
a
trying.
little bit of good every day, then you'll be able to make it through.
What are we doing in the next hour? Glenn Howell's going to join us.
Yes.
So Glenn and I are going to the I don't even know what they're calling it, the rehearsal game, the practice game.
Well, it's the scrimmage. I know it's a
right,
scrimmage.
but then it's the dress rehearsal. So like in baseball, they'll have an exhibition game before opening day, so they make sure everything works in the stadium. That's what they're doing on Saturday.
Would it be better to go ahead and call it like this is the practice game?
I think so. But I hope people come out.
Right.
I hope people come out. And we're going to start talking about that in earnest next week and what should be the reasonable expectation for Arizona football. And I think we need to figure out what the reasonable expectation for the football program as far as support for the U of A football team amongst the public.
Right.
Because I could sit here and scream at the top of my lungs every day to you, get out to the game, get out to the game. But I think that we're at the point now where we need to see something on the field in order to really get folks to buy into this. So we'll talk a lot about that next week on the program. What else did I want to bring up on the show today? I had so much stuff out there. I told everybody the Red Blue game is coming up on September 30th.
And the tickets to that are actually going on sale on August 27th. So that'll be a week from Saturday.
Oh, see, thank you for telling me that.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to get set starting a week from Monday with all of our Arizona insiders. So
yes,
every Monday you'll hear from Kelvin Efon. On Tuesday, we're going to have Lamont Hunley join us on the program. I'm looking forward to talking with Lamont every week. Every Wednesday, we'll talk with Brian Jeffries. On Thursday, Pac-12 Network's Roxy Bernstein is going to join us. On Friday, Glenn Howell's going to join us. We'll also be joined during the week by Al Borges, former offensive coordinator at Michigan, UCLA, and Auburn, talking college football in general. And then we're going to also have John Gold join us from Saturday Out West. He'll join us several times during the week, and he'll help us cover the entire Pac-12 conference. So we will have a set of insiders and college football folks for you, better than anywhere else you'll find anywhere. Plus Dragon Ball.
Yes, true. Glenn, why does Glenn's name...
Glenn Howell?
Yeah, why does Glenn's name, why is it like tickling something in the back of my brain?
Because he's coming up in a couple minutes.
Oh,
No,
that's
right. Not a very good tease. Now you're just trying to be too clever.
I'm doing what I can.
Glenn Howell joins us next on 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, handed to Matherin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Creasa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for two. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff. It is good. Backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellas, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments for the University of Arizona Wildcats?
Fourth down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on fourth down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's hot! Touchdown, Arizona! Oh, did they need that? My goodness, Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the field. ASU with the ball, Down by 11, 3 to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home. And foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his third foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like one driving down. That was from midcourt. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Mathurin with the ball for the Wildcats. Mathurin around a Koloko screen. Picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko. Feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline. Circles back out top to Mathurin. 10 to shoot. 16 left in the ballgame. Mathurin, 3 balls straight away. Good!
That's
We're
a
tied.
huge shot for Ben Mathurin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Mathurin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down, trying to find Berryhill. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
What a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was. He threw the ball. He underthrew the ball, and Berryhill was looking back at it and made a great play on the ball. An amazing play by Jordan McLeod.
Brown will take the snap a yard deep in the end zone. Straight back to throw. Has some time. Steps up in the pocket. The Wildcats have got him for a safety. Second safety Arizona has recorded this season. It's a 24-12 ball game, and the Cats will get the ball.
That's big
Pulling
time.
on the field is a safety.
Yes, that's big time by Arizona. That time defense did a great job of just closing the pocket from the inside, and then the pressure on the outside by Abear. They just got him. They just got there. They won their blocks that time. Excellent job by Arizona defense and really changing the momentum of this game.
At Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
We continue with you here on a Friday. We're getting closer and closer. Saturday, Arizona will have their scrimmage, their practice, their game before the game, whatever you want to call it. Fans are encouraged to come out to Arizona Stadium tomorrow night. The Cats will put on their full game presentation, and you'll get an opportunity to really see the Arizona Wildcats up close and personal as they get ready for the 2022 season. We're going to run out to our guest hotline and be joined right now. In fact, he'll start maybe even next week coming on with us every Friday as our Arizona insider. He's part of our broadcast crew celebrating 10 years behind the microphone, along with Kelvin Efon, getting you ready for Arizona football. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Glenn Howell to the program. Glenn, how are you?
What's happening, Rich? Bear down. How you doing?
I'm good. 10 years you've been getting people ready for Arizona football. It just seems like, boom, wasn't that long ago you were the one we were watching play at Arizona Stadium.
I don't know. That was a long time ago. That's pretty longer than 10, man. I hate to say it. Some of these guys, I talked to some of the coaches, and I said, I was playing here when you weren't even alive.
So let's talk. So I was talking to one of my bosses today, and he was saying, Rich, is I watch Arizona football, and we've been talking about that I see flashes that I haven't seen in Tucson in a long time with the Arizona football team. We see guys that can play. Now, can they do it on a consistent basis? Can Jed Fish coach them up? Can they be disciplined? Can they make smart plays, good decisions, and limit their penalties? All those little things that go into making up a victory in a football team. But let's start with, what have you seen so far being out at camp? Are you seeing some of the things that I'm seeing?
Yeah, I'm seeing. I like the enthusiasm. I'm liking the energy that's going on. I'm seeing players in positions that we really didn't have. Those kind of guys. The guys, like wide receiver. We're seeing guys again like at 6'4", 6'3", guys that are that look the part, like a Pac-12. Conference receiver. Before we had a lot of shorter guys, and we just weren't getting those big, tall guys. And and I'm like what I'm seeing at that position. The tight end position I'm looking at, which I've been talking about for 10 years, is that we're finally getting some tight ends that are in there that are going to be able to play that position the way it's supposed to be played. That's blocking and catching the ball. And the key is going to be how our offensive line is going to do. Are they going to get better from last year, which I think it's going to be a key to our whole season. Is Jaden Delora? I really like the way he's been playing, and I like Noah, how he's been the backup, and Jordan McLeod also too. We got three good solid quarterbacks that can be able to play, and it's all going to be the key of the offensive line. How good are they going to be? Are they going to make that next step to be better?
One of the things that I think we need to start doing as we lead up to that game, and by the way, we're going to have a bunch of new segments in our pregame show, including one of them that will be anchored by our very own Glenn Howell, Howell's Huddle, where we're going to actually break down some more X's and O's than we've done in the last couple of years. We're looking forward to that. We'll have a special players-only meeting with Glenn and Kelvin and some of their former teammates. I'm going to get out of the way and just let them talk football. So we're going to have some really fun, interesting segments in our pregame show. But one of the things that I've been thinking about, Glenn, is we're going to have to introduce some of these new players to Tucson that have transferred in or are taking a bigger role with the Arizona Wildcats this year. So you look at a guy like Jacob Cowing coming over from UTEP. Mm-hmm. He's been out the last couple of days. That doesn't concern me. But, boy, I tell you what, you watch him, he's one of those guys that can extend the field. And once he catches the ball, wow, you just look at him, whoop, he's off and off to the races.
Yeah, he could tell that he's a seasoned wide receiver. He understands how running a route, how to turn the defensive back's hip, how to make the cuts. He's accelerating out of the cut. He's not, telegramming his cut. He's not giving turn signals. Like some of these guys give turn signals when they know they dip their hip and then the DB knows that he's going to make a break. He's a seasoned wide receiver. That's why he caught 120 balls over at UTEP. At UTEP. I mean, that's amazing of catching that many balls. He caught 100. I think it was 100-something balls. I don't know if it was 120, but I know it was over 100. I think. And you got to be able to get open on that to be able to catch that many balls. And I think that he is a seasoned guy that's going to help these other younger guys that we have. We got a ton of younger guys that are just going to be, I think, are going to be great receivers. You got T-Mac, 6'4", guys that can get up and get the ball. You got Dorian Singer, You got Jamari, who's now a veteran at a junior. He's finally healthy. You got some guys in there. A.J. Jones, another 6'4" guy, big guy. You got to look at some of the walk-on guys. Rex Haynes. I thought, I saw him. When I saw him out there, I say, who is that guy? And that's Mike Haynes' son, and he's like 6'4", a legitimate 6'4", as a freshman. So there's a lot of guys out there that we can see if they develop. We're going to have some dangerous guys on the outside.
It's very interesting when you look at the wide receiving core, because you have the Dorian Singers and you have the Jacob Cowlings that can extend the field, and they're fast and they're elusive, and they can get up the field, and I think they can extend the defense out. And then you have the taller skyscrapers, I call them, led by Tetairoa McMillan, and like you said, Green and Haynes and all these other guys. It looks like you're going to be able to take the ball down the field and go up in the air to move the ball this year.
Yeah, and that's where I think that's what's going to be the key. And the key for those guys on the outside is that, are we going to be able to hit the tight end? Are we going to be able to get those?
Okay, wait a second, folks. We've only had Glenn on for 6 minutes and 24 seconds before he wanted to start talking about Alex Lyons.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I want to see the ball to get to the tight end. I want, for the one time in like 10 years, that safeties, when they play Arizona, or linebackers, they can have a cup of coffee when we're passing the ball, not worry about the tight end. They never had to worry about the tight end. They're sitting in the box. They're maybe doubling up on our wide receivers. And now if we have those guys, we have Kenyon Burnett, we have Alex Lyons, we have Tyler Powell, we have Roberto Miranda, who's been catching a lot of balls,
right,
and Tanner McLaughlin. I mean, these guys are huge. They're 6'5", 6'4", 6'6", 6'7". You got those guys, and that I talked to Coach Pow. Those are the kind of guys they want. Those are NFL type tight ends, and those put pressure on the defense. It makes safeties and linebackers very, very nervous.
And okay, so make sure I'm going to tell everybody this correctly. If I can get that extra wide receiver out there, that means I'm going to have one less guy maybe that I'm accounting for in the box, because he better make sure that he's going to be able to cover some of these tight ends as well. So maybe it helps out the quarterbacks.
Yeah, it helps the quarterbacks out, and it gives them an outlet. It gives them it's almost like we're baiting these guys. We're baiting them. We're baiting the safeties. We're baiting the linebackers. We get around the linebackers. Then now all of a sudden now we can run a really fast guy, a wide receiver, on a crossing route. Because the tight end, they're worried about the tight end getting over on the seam route. So there's a lot of things that the tight end brings to the table, except, without just being a blocker and just being a short yardage receiver. It's not bad to get, second and 6, second and 4, second and 3 when you hit the tight end, when they're just doing a 5-yard route and just getting those people out of the box.
And in all candor, as Glenn loves the tight end position that he played, in all candor, it wasn't part of what Rich Rod was going to do, and it really wasn't a part of what Kevin Sumlin was going to do. They never had a tight end coach before Jed Fish got in here. So if you've got guys that had played the tight end position before, like a Bryce Wilma, that was great, but he was kind of a glorified blocker, and every once in a while they might throw him the ball, but it wasn't something he was set up for success. Now you have Jordan Pow, who's a very successful recruiter and tight end coach, and you see them actually working that, and you see them working those seam routes, and if they can pop 2-3 of those attempts and get one of those complete, it changes the dynamic, and it might be the difference of picking up a first down and extending a drive.
Yeah, and what that also does is opens up the run game, okay? It opens up the run game. So they have to understand that, we can either run the ball with the tight end or we can pass the ball with the tight end. So when we get in those sets, it doesn't mean when we used to do in years past, bring the tight end in, we're running the ball. So everybody's keying on the run. So when we bring the tight end in now, we can say, oh, wait a minute, they might pass it out of this situation. And that is a better benefit for our offense. It gives our offense more options. It gives us more options and more, and not to be telegraphing what we're doing.
The one thing I can't figure out is how they're going to spread the ball around, because I've got plenty of guys that can catch the ball out the wide receiver position. I got plenty of guys that can catch the ball out of the tight end position. I've got skill players galore in the backfield, and you look at Michael Wiley, and you've got Drake Anderson, and Speedy Luke, the kid from St. John Bosco, has really turned some heads, and you've got Colbin. You've got so many guys that can carry the football, and with different styles of running, it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be a challenge, I think, for Jed to get a flow for some of these guys.
Well, what I think it is, it's up to the offensive coordinator and the head coach to make these guys understand if we're all successful, if we all, it's not an individual, how many balls you get and everything. One guy that's successful is going to make another guy successful. If we have that mindset, okay, one game the tight end might get 8 balls. Next game he might get 2. If it depends on the situation. If our guys are thinking in that mindset, whatever is best for the offense to be successful, we can have a successful season. I think it really is. And it's hard for the coaches to make the kids understand. If they can buy into that, we can have a very successful offense.
And that's something that Scotty Graham was telling us the other day, that running back room is going to win or lose together, and everybody is going to benefit, and they're all working hard, and I see that as I watch them work out. Hey, real quick, it wouldn't be fair, since we've been talking so much about the offense. Listen, the defensive backs back there are lethal. They are ball hawks, and you watch them almost at time teasing the wide receivers. You've seen CY get after Christian Young, where somebody thinks, oh, man, look, I'm wide open. I got this ball coming. Bang. Knocks it away, and then just looks and goes, no, not in my watch. You see Christian Roland Wallace. You've seen him torment wide receivers during camp as well. I'm really impressed with the defensive backfield for the Arizona Wildcats. And again, like I said, I'm going to call it right now. CY and C-Row are going to have a heck of a season.
Well, I'm just never seen this. And it's been years since we've seen the defensive backs being confident. Okay,
yeah,
it's been a while.
I mean, they're cocky. They're so confident right now, right?
Yeah, exactly. They are getting coached up. They are understanding what their role is, and every day as they get better and better, they're moving the notch up higher and higher of being elite quarterbacks. I think they're really doing a good job, and they're going to be tested right away in that San Diego State game. They're going to have some great wide receivers there, and they're going to be tested. And these guys are getting better and better because of the guys that we're bringing in on the other side of the ball. They're supposed to be really good, and Collins and T-Mac and those guys are really making our players good. That's how a team gets better, when you get guys on the opposite side of the ball that are really, really good, that make you good because you're practicing against some of the best. And that's what we're starting to bring those guys in, and it's getting our team better. And our corners are big. We're getting guys, long guys. You got Fall, you got Prysock. These guys are not small. Traden Stoops. I was talking to him on the sideline, and I was like, dude, you're pretty tall, man. I thought he was a little short dude.
No.
And he's like 6'2".
Right, with some wingspan.
Yeah, exactly. Takari Davis, he's like 6. He's a legit 6'4".
And now
there's a lot of these guys.
And now you kind of know what Jed Fish's wishes are when they're looking for a different type of quarterback and wide receiver, and you're starting to see the body types that they're looking for. So if you're looking to be a defensive back, University of Arizona, he wants someone with some size. He wants some guys with some wingspan and some closing speed, and that's what you have with this defensive backfield right now. Glenn Howell, I will see you tomorrow at Arizona Stadium. 6:15, I believe they get going. Tomorrow at Arizona Stadium. It's open to the public. Come out and show support for the Arizona Wildcats. I will see you tomorrow, my friend.
All right. Bear down.
Bear down, brother. Talk to you soon. All right, we'll come back. We will go through the big stories today. I'll try to get through this show with no technology. Am I doing okay, Dragon Ball?
You're doing very good, Rich.
Am I a boomer?
No.
Okay, thank you. I feel better. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, handed to Mathurin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Creasa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for two. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Mathurin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff into the backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Mathurin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellas, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments for the University of Arizona Wildcats?
Fourth down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on fourth down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, Arizona. Oh, did they need that? My goodness. Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the field. ASU with the ball, down by 11, so they have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his third foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like what, driving down that was from mid-court. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Mathurin with the ball for the Wildcats. Mathurin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko, feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline, circles back out top to Mathurin. 10 to shoot, 16 left in the ball game. Mathurin, 3 balls straight away, good! That's
We're tied. Huge shot for Ben Mathurin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Mathurin drains a deep three from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. Two tight ends. Oregon, five-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down, trying to find Berryhill. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
What a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was. He threw the ball. He underthrew the ball, and Berryhill was looking back at it and made a great play on the ball. An amazing play by Jordan McLeod.
Brown will take the snap a yard deep in the end zone. Straight back to throw. Has some time. Steps out in the pocket. The Wildcats have got him for a safety. Second safety Arizona has recorded this season. It's a 24.
Where you work, and they tell you how to make burgers.
What's the big story of the day? Rich's computer's all crashed.
This is true.
I'm a boomer because I can't figure out any of these. I don't know any of these passwords. They're not my passwords. You're rolling your eyes at me.
They should be your passwords.
I don't know. I've got this and that and everything else. I'm just turning them all off. Click off.
So for everyone
turning
here,
this off.
The biggest message to send in today's episode of
Get
the
a
Rich Herrera
password
Show,
manager.
Password manager, but also make sure you update your computer before you need to use them.
I'm not allowed to. I have no administrative help.
Well,
I don't have it. I have no administrative credentials.
Administrative credentials?
Well, you have to have admin in order to do all the updates and add programs and stuff.
No, because as soon as you go ahead and you click the Windows button on a Windows computer, you can see if it needs to update because it has a little orange dot on it.
Right, but we have computer people here that do that for us.
They're not necessarily in there that often for that.
Yeah, I know. That's why this sucks.
They're in here fixing microphone issues and things like that.
I guess I did break that one. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the big story of the day. Tomorrow, Arizona will have their dress rehearsal, 6:15. Hopefully, we'll see you out at Arizona Stadium. Coming up, the best thing you heard all day.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook.